My name is Leebobawitz, and welcome to Dead Horizon. I think I found this game on Itch.io, but I'm not positive. All I know is the protagonist is a female character, which is awesome for a gunslinger. Also, something I noticed when I was going through the menu, you can do a sound test, you know, whatever, blah, but there's lore book. Testament of a gunslinger. There ain't much to waste living. Just blood, sweat, pain, and dust. After that, it's just about straight shooting, never getting too drunk, and living long enough to die from the sludge lung. See, I was up with you until that sludge lung. I'm about 50, if I had to reckon a guess. Had some success as a shootist here and there. Enough that I was offered a few coins to write down my thoughts. Dang. Been staring at the page for most of the day. Sat down to write my words, and I ain't sure I got any. Guess a few of these I've read start with family. So, my ma hated guns, my pa loved them, and taught me to shoot. He was a water farmer. Water farming is a fine, if backbreaking pursuit. Very proper, wasn't for me. I started out warg hunting with a rusty .22, almost stripped clean by dust rot. Killed my first man at 12 years of age with a 5-hand revolver. It held 5 bullets, but each put daylight the size of a fist in ya. Worked as a storm courier for a time, delivering parcels no one else would. Took me all over. The rust wrecks of the drifting dunes seem painted in the sunsets, and I can confirm the Van Vale Marsh never gives up her dead. By 20, I had taken 10 souls, each deserving. One I regretted at the time. About 3 I regret these days. Of course, that ain't what you're reading this, is it? You want to know what makes a good shootist. Alright. You gotta know what kind of you are. Shooting ain't about the gun. It ain't about the aim. It don't matter how much you practice. Don't matter if you use gun cloth, rust paper, or a cigar box to keep the dust rot away. Shooting is about grit, nothing else. Killing a man is easy. Or if it isn't, then you ain't the right kind. Some people it weighs on. Heavy. Like trying to swim after with a 50-pound stone. Other men, sometimes it's hard to even call them that. Don't do a thing to them. Even lifts some up. Like they got balloons tied to their shoulders. That's how you be a good shootist. You enjoy it. The killing. Taking a life. You gotta like it. Or at least, you gotta not care. And for better or worse, most people, they'll flinch or they'll think twice. I won't. That's all there is to it. Now, what makes a good man? That's a thinker. That's the one that got me to sit down and write my words. Thought maybe I'd have a good answer if I just kept going. Don't know that I do, but I remember being 12. I shot a man. Felt good. I'd hated him. Hated him fierce. My pa took away my gun. Told me that even though the sheriff wasn't gonna do nothing, I couldn't just settle all my arguments with lead. So, I stole some food from the sealed cellar and took off. My pa caught up with me, a bit after the sun. He looked me in the eye. Asked if I thought I was a man. I told him yes. I mean, I'd shot a man, so that not sure what else I could be. He told me that if that was the case, to take my best shot. Never said I was smart, because I did. Hit him hard I could in the face. My pa nodded his head, rubbed his jaw a little. Well, guess it's my turn. Don't remember getting back to the house, but I had trouble eating for at least 2 moons sky. Left home again at 15, never went back. Never forgot what my pa taught me. A man doesn't pick a fight he can't win, doesn't act out of anger, and doesn't that sounds like, doesn't go assuming a gun can solve his problems, and he looks after women. This world's hard, my dad would say. You look after your ma and your sisters. The wind and the endless dust, it'll tear up their soft skin and leave nothing but bone, he'd say to me, like a secret, when we were out. I send money home when I can. One of my sisters is in the ground, the other has a dozen kids, I hear. Never seen him. Might make the trip if the storm lets up. Always thought women were curious creatures myself, not much fit for most things. Yet, tasked with child rearing anyways, funny how it works. Once had a waif of a thing beg me to teach her to shoot. Eventually I got tired of saying no. She was crying by the time she was done. Just not the kind of thing a woman's soft manners were made for. After the storm courier shut down, I tried to join up with the dowsers. They were well-meaning, and the message was sound. Of course, the water barons wouldn't have it. Buried more friends than enemies once the smoke settled. Ended up working as a caravan guard on a line owned by one of the barons that had sick those hombres on us. He always paid me on time. Think he might have been the same one that I owned my parents' land. Heh, funny. Didn't put that together till I wrote it down. Guess I never got that far away from my pa after all. Running out of words. Got less wisdom than I'd hoped after 50-odd years on a world where most don't get 40 before the brown lung makes them cough themselves into a dirt nap. I guess, at the end, you gotta know what kind you are. Find out, and don't lie to yourself. Farming, shooting, riding, selling, lying, cheating, gambling, drinking, building, sewing. Just gotta know what you are and what you want. Because this world's hard. And woman or man, the wind and the endless dust will tear that soft flesh right off your bones. If you let it. Sometimes even if you don't. Aww. Alright, so that was the Testament of a Gunslinger. If you didn't want to listen to me read that, you could just skip ahead to this time card and hopefully you're here! Yay! Either way, I hope you enjoyed. Let's get started. What was the advice that old Shootist gave you? Be fast. Breathe. Don't miss. Oh, come on. He told you more than that, didn't he? You can remember. With an iron like that, it takes only 7 pounds of pressure to kill man. And if you pull that trigger, ain't nothing that can save you, Bonnie Star. So by the very lights of hell, don't you miss. Don't you miss now. Don't you miss. Can't shoot him, not yet. Anyone that tried, the bullets never made it through the dust. They just disappeared. But there's a moment, you saw it, when he killed all the people, when he raised his hand and sent the sand down their throats. When he raises that hand, the dust parts for an instant as it whips around him. Enough time for just one shot. But that's all you've ever needed. Wait for it. Wait for it. Almost. Be ready. Fingers loose. Breathe. Remember to breathe. And now pull. Now pull. Fast. Fast as you can. Pull, pull, and shoot. Pull the cursor below the frame. Okay. Hot dog. A pretty straight shooting there. Of course, cans don't shoot back. Now put that thing away and listen up. Ain't an easy thing looking a man in the eye and ending his life. You sure that's something you'll want to learn to do? I don't know if you have the stones for it, girl. But you did have the stones for it, didn't you? Didn't you? What are you doing? An oddly peaceful painting. Who is it of? Did it look like your mother? Or is that just how you remember it? The painting doesn't matter. You never really gave it a good look. My candle burns at both ends. It will not last the night. But ah, my foes, and oh, my friends, it gives a lovely light. Your favorite poem. How's that going for you? It does shed a lovely light. You made the bed. Mother would be proud. Too bad you didn't get any sleep. Stop stalling. You can't stay here. And you didn't. Alright, so, afraid I'm gonna have to cut it off there. Sorry, I know, I shouldn't cut it off there, but this is going on a little bit longer than I was hoping or expecting, so we'll just have to cut it here. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying this game. If you are, go ahead and show that like button some love so I can come out with the next part, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And if it's night wherever you are, hope you have a wonderful night. See you soon. Bye!